What's up, everybody? It's your boy Q. You know who I am. Back, baby, with another video. I hope I ain't hit the camera. Guys, actually, I dropped my GoPro today. I'm a little upset. Show y'all a picture there so y'all can see it. Hopefully, it's still working. I think it is. Yeah, that kind of sucked. So, you see in front of me, this beast here. Quick story, I had a 1997-99 ZX10, I believe it was. ZX9R. Yeah, the ZX9R. Basically, the engine, a rod blew, punctured the engine, oil went everywhere. I hit the brakes and basically got oil all over my back tire, and the back tire locked up, and I went boom, sliding down the interstate. Not sure how fast I was going. The bike wasn't total for the most part. It had road rash, would have took a while to fix it, but the engine was basically done, so there was no need for me to fix it. So that was the last time I owned a motorcycle, and that was about 5 or 6 years ago. After the accident, I rode my friend's Hayabusa, and that bike's a beast. So I have ridden since I had the accident, but this is my first time riding in like 5 years. Gosh, look at this freaking bike. This thing is freaking gorgeous. I'm sorry. What I'm going to talk about today's video, what it's like riding 5 years after my accident. And then the another thing I'm talking about is this bike, my first impressions of the BMW. Now, granted, guys, I have only ridden my ZX9R and the Hayabusa and it, so I'm not an expert in any means, any shape, form, or fashion. When I did own my bike for the years I had it, that was my only form of transportation, so I put a lot of miles. I rode like every day, 365 days in a year. I probably rode 315 to 320 of them. I rode every day because that's all I had. So the first time I picked this bike up, I'm not gonna lie, the bike scared the shit out of me. Scared the living shit out of me. When I first got on this thing and took off and started riding, it was scary. Whew. I mean, it was so fast, let me tell you. And that was in rain mode. So it has 3 different modes. We'll get into that. Rain mode is the lowest power setting, basically. And it scared the hell out of me. The bike is so fast. I can't explain it. It's so fast, but it handles the speed so well. Again, we'll get into that. One, I had to get used to just that speed again, the initial shock of speed, because in a car, in my truck, you just don't get that unless you have like, a high horsepower car. So I had to get used to that. The second thing I had to get used to, this bike sits a lot lower than my last bike, so I'm really low to the ground. Like, it feels like I'm low, you know? So I had to get used to that. And then the third thing is just riding in traffic, man. Just getting used to being around people and traffic again, and, learning, basically cars have body language, learning that. I think that was the biggest thing. Oh, man. One of my tail lights has already came down. Oh, crap. Oh, okay. That one's on there. This one's not. What did he have that stuck on there with? Not gonna worry about that now. So I'm not gonna lie, when I first rode after my accident, I was super scared. I was just nervous of wrecking again. Like, that wreck stays in your mind, and like, even when I go back to the location I wrecked, I'm kind of scared to go there. I don't go there a lot, but I kind of remember that, my hands literally were shaking. Now, when I got this bike, I wasn't as nervous. I'm not sure why. I wasn't like shaking anything, but I was more worried about making sure the bike was functioning properly before, buying it, as opposed to being scared to like really ride it. So my mind was focused on making sure everything, quick shifter, cruise control worked. Let's talk about this beast, the 2016 BMW S1000RR, right? So guys, let me tell you, this bike was my dream bike. So after I wrecked my motorcycle, I went to a few motorcycle shows, and my friend actually had one of these. Shout out to my man KC, and he let me test drive around the parking lot one time, and I was instantly in love. Reason being, this is the only probably 1000cc sport bike beside a ZX14 or Booster that I personally fit on comfortably. I'm 6'2", 290 pounds. So this is the only bike that I actually fit on without much issue, and I'll get into that later. It felt like a glove. I just fell in love with the way it felt to me personally. After I sat on it, I was like, I gotta get a BMW S1000RR. I worked hard, and now here it is in front of me. It's kind of crazy sometimes to think about. I don't ride as much as I used to. I only really mainly been riding on the weekends for right now. A lot of traffic in Dallas, actually, so gotta be careful. Me riding for the first time after 5 years, you choose a 1000cc sport bike. A lot of people are like, bro, that's crazy, why are you getting that bike and all that? But I'm gonna go ahead and talk about why this bike actually, first impressions, and it's actually very easy to ride for a I ain't gonna say beginner rider, because I have my license now for 7 years, but like I said, I've been out for a long time. And so let's go ahead, hop on, go for a ride, talk about it, and we're just gonna go nice and slow down some streets here. Love the dash too. Look at this. Love that, the way it starts up. And here's the sound of the exhaust. Actually, let me start that up for y'all so y'all can hear it. Yeah, so y'all hear that, man? Sounds pretty good. Let's go for a ride real quick. One thing I will tell y'all at the jump, Actually, let me just show y'all this really quick. I already talked about it in the last video. The clutch, there's so much play in the clutch. Look, I'm still letting it out. The clutch engage is right there, back in. Look at that, way out there, like towards the near top. So I almost just started. Perfect. No cars are coming. Hold on, let me show y'all. First gear. Man, I'm telling you, first gear, you feel that front end getting light. First, I talk about comfort on the bike. You are bent over the handlebars. I wouldn't say your butt is raised, but you are kind of bent forward, you know. But it's not bad. Again, I'm 6'2" guy. I got long arms, play football, so I'm a pretty long guy. It's not an uncomfortable race position as like the R1, R6. I hear very, very aggressive. So when you're coming up on these intersection here, make sure you scan and make sure nobody's running lights. But it's very comfortable for me. Like, I'm a big guy, and that's because when I was talking to Nate Kern at a show, the motorcycle show, he said basically the German engineers who made this bike were all 6'2" and 6'3". So they were tall people and they wanted to fit taller people, and it does for sure. The biggest thing I can say about the rider position is the seat is so comfortable. I'm not sure who designed this seat, but it is amazing for a stock seat. Like, my butt does not hurt, doesn't get tired, doesn't like feel numb after a long time, like nothing. Like this is a perfect seat. Like, I love the seat for a stock seat, because most times, you know, in super sports, these seats are terrible if you aren't aware, but if you are, then you know what I'm talking about. That's the first thing I can tell from riding this bike. It's just, it's extremely comfortable for bigger guys. So if you're a bigger guy and you worry about getting this bike, you'll be fine. The next thing is probably what I'm saying most of the time is the technology is crazy. And you probably hear me shifting, and I'm not using my clutch because it has clutchless shifting up and down. So I can just literally keep the pin back and just kick it up, and it changes gear. It's common on a lot of sport bikes, but you know, at the time, 2016, this was the only bike that did up and down. A lot of bikes were doing up but not down. So this one does both and did do both. And you also can just flip your shifter. Literally, there's a bolt, you just move it from the front to the back. You got GP shifting. You don't even have to do a lot to get GP shifting. GP shifting, if you don't know, on a motorcycle is one down, and then to go up to second and third, you kick it up. GP is reverse, so you go up for first and then down for second, third, and fourth. I hear a lot of people say it's easy. I might try it out. 2, it has cruise control, guys. Yes, right here, cruise control on the motorcycle. So basically, I can literally pick a speed. I do it right now, and I'm on cruise control, and I literally can ride with no hands, and the bike just goes straight, like cruise control. And then to turn it off, I just like hit the clutch and bring it in, it goes off. But if you want to set it again, you just press the button. That is so helpful if you take long trips and that right wrist gets a little tired, gets a little numb over there sometimes. You know what I'm talking about, how that can come in handy. It has 3 different modes. It has 4 modes actually, or 5. Rain mode, which is like the lowest power setting, and that basically puts the power and the ABS and everything in like high like interference. Sport mode reduces that, then race mode is about the same as sport, I believe, and then you got slick mode, which turns everything off. Probably shouldn't be used unless you're the track, because track surfaces are different. And then you have user mode, which you can basically pick how you want your engine, how you want your DDC, you can pick everything how you want it. So you can choose in your user mode how you want it, the bike to perform. You want a slick engine, DDC, you want DDC as sport, or you want, yeah, you can just basically customize your own setting to the bike, which is dope. I haven't used it yet. I have set it up, but I just haven't used it yet. Oh, that's a nice Harley. I don't know why Harley guys don't like to wave to us, man. So that, not only you have your modes, you have heated grips. So it has 2 settings, like low and high basically, and heated grips in the winter, guys. Like, I'm in Texas and I can pretty much ride year round unless it's like raining and anything like that, but I'm keeping it nice and easy. But if I did want to get on it right here, that's all I gotta do, baby. All I gotta do. Heated grips, which is clutch if you ride in the winter like I used to. I wish I had that, because there was times I used to get to work, guys, and my hands used to be frozen. I could not move my hands, like seriously. And it used to hurt so bad. Used to sting, like, worst pain I've felt in a long time. So back to the power. So like I said, this bike has different modes. So with that power, of course, if you don't know how to use it, you can get yourself in trouble. But this bike pretty much has you covered. It has rear end lift detection, front end lift detection. So if the front end starts coming up, I'm not sure what it does. I experienced it a few times now. It will like cut power and keep the front end down. And you can put it on the chart here. You can tell if how much it interferes. How much it interferes or whatnot, you know. You can put all that on there if you want to. And it'll show you, basically show you everything right there in the front. Ooh, it's hot today. That's a nice Harley though. Sound good too. If you really get into it in first gear and you feel that front end start getting light, yeah, this bike will keep it down for you. Like, it won't come up. I'll show y'all. Like, it's crazy. Like, it will not let it come up. All the A's this bike has is crazy. And I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it, but like, for a new rider, besides the power, which is scary, if you don't know how to manage it, like, you can just, and you're going to go forward, learning to control that throttle is huge. But it has all these aids that's going to assist you with keeping like everything tight. It has ABS, so if you panic brake, the wheels don't lock up on you and you dump the bike forward, you know. Or if you do a stoppie. Now, you can turn off all the ABS stuff in slick mode if you want to, if you really want to get into it. But for a first beginner rider, man, this bike has a lot of aids that's gonna help you out, like, for sure. And you can just easily turn ABS off right here if you wanted to. So this bike has made getting back into riding super easy. In rain mode, the engine braking is ridiculous. Like, you barely have to slow down. The bike almost just stops itself. I didn't like that, so I had to actually take it out of rain mode after I got used to the power. It's just an easy bike to ride, and they make it's super easy. Like, BMW knocked it out the park with these bikes, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, he is showing his ass off. That is funny. Even after riding for 5 years not riding, this bike has made getting back into riding very, very easy. Oh, thing I forgot. It has a launch control. There's a launch control, so you literally, like a car, pin it, and you can just take off and go. Keeps the front wheel down and all that, like crazy, so you don't have to worry about looping the bike. It's insane. Next thing I want to talk about is the handling on this bike. It is super fast. Yes, very, very fast bike. It loves to lean. Loves to lean. Like, this bike is so nimble. Loves to lean, like, easy. I can take turns, and like, again, I'm being new to riding. The bike just falls over in the corner. It just makes it just easy. Like, I can take corners with so much speed, and my skill level is not even that high. But it doesn't, this bike makes it easy to do that. Pretty light bike, but I'm a bigger guy, you know. But you want, I mean, a heavier bike does take some of that wind off the highway. You know, you don't really have to worry about getting blown all the way around and whatnot. Just coming to a stop there. When you squeeze the front brake, it automatically activates the rear brake. It's the weirdest feeling. So sometimes when I'm squeezing the front, I go to push the back, it's like pushing back on me. So it's kind of, it feels weird. Like, it's really weird. You have to get used to it, but it basically activates both the rear and the front at the same time when you just squeeze the front. I probably have missed a lot of stuff on this bike, guys. I'm still getting used to moto vlogging as well. I haven't really, just my first time moto vlogging. Just trying to talk and vlog and ride is actually a lot more difficult than I thought. This is like my 6th ride now, 6th or 7th time riding it, and I'm a lot comfortable on it already. But the bike definitely makes it easy to do that. Oh, that's another thing, the exhaust. It naturally has like these snack crackle pops, like pop, pop, pop. It pops like all the time, which is crazy. Like, for a stock bike to do that, you know, a lot of people do a lot to get that sound, but not with this bike. You don't have to do that. It automatically does it. It has a very unique, distinguished sound. I just love it. Fast? Oh, hell yes, it is fast. Like I said, the first time I rode it scared the shit out of me, and that was in rain mode. That was like half the power, or like 60% or something like that of the power, and it scared the hell out of me. But now I'm getting used to the power again. I will say one thing bad about it, I found, is that with the rear pegs here, since I'm taller, they're kind of high. If I could get those lowered just a little bit, that would be pretty cool, just to help with the comfort level. But it's not bad at all. It's really not bad. It's just a little cramped, but you can get some rear sets and change those if you want to. Enter the interstate like a boss, baby. That's how you enter the interstate. Just like that. Just like that. Oh shit, sorry. That was my fault. The bike has speed everywhere. Watch, I just switch throttle. 100, 6th gear, already at 100. I gotta get my GoPro set up way better. Look at this. It's terrible. I will say finding neutral is kind of hard on this bike for some reason. It doesn't. It's not easy to find neutral, but that's just a small thing. Man, I love this bike, man. It's fast, of course. The technology in this bike, though, is crazy and literally makes it easy. I hate to say this, but easy for a beginner rider. Almost, man. Just the power. You learn to control that throttle, and I think that's any bike. You can drive this thing and be pretty confident because this bike is really, really amazing for what they've done. I love it. But let's go ahead, get y'all sound start up. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. We'll catch y'all on the next one, baby. Peace.